I should be running the world, for God's sake, guys. Jetstar's announced it is expanding its services in New Zealand, sort of. It's promising cheap on-time services to 4 new regional destinations. We don't know who they are yet, but they're out there somewhere. So what does this mean for the regions? And will it even be viable given our own national airline is having to pull out of the smaller centres due to a lack of demand? Vice President of Local Government New Zealand, Brendan Duffy, joins me from Palmerston North. Brendan, thanks very much for joining us. What do you make of this announcement yesterday?
Well, I think we wait with bated breath, as you've explained, Paul, to let's understand exactly what they are offering. I suppose for provincial New Zealand, it's that never-ending challenge of having good service to provide, opportunities for both our residents in our communities, but also for the rest of New Zealand to access our communities.
From your understanding, did Jetstar suggest that they were going to fly any of the routes or to any airports that Air New Zealand have completely pulled out of?
Well, Paul, I don't know that any of those discussions have actually occurred, and it was similar when Air New Zealand chose to withdraw their services. There wasn't any engagement with members representing our community, with mayors representing our communities. Similarly in this, it's been announced, you saw the Prime Minister supporting that announcement. That's new news to us.
All right. Is it news to you that Jetstar are actually in conversations with councils around the country?
Oh, look, councils around the country on a daily basis are advocating for whatever it is that they want to see promoted and stimulated, and clearly we saw that with provincial mayors around New Zealand very rapidly finding replacement services as a consequence of Air New Zealand withdrawing, and I think they did a stunning job engaging with those smaller airlines to provide that service. They may have spoken, I'm not aware of that though.
Do you? What is your view as Vice President of Local Government New Zealand? What is your view when it comes to any kind of subsidy to Jetstar if they are flying in and out of airports that are also serviced by Air New Zealand?
Well, subsidies are a decision of each of those mayors and those communities.
But you couldn't subsidise. You couldn't subsidise a competitor to Air New Zealand without offering the same subsidy to Air New Zealand, could you?
I'd be most surprised if there's a negotiation around a subsidy.
Do you imagine that this will eventuate in any of the airports that Air New Zealand doesn't serve or any of the routes that Air New Zealand doesn't currently run, having a Jetstar service before the end of the year?
Look, Paul, frankly, I don't know. I think I would be surprised. I think there's a lot of discussion yet to be had about the viability and the practicalities of providing the services. Look, we want good service across New Zealand. That's not just provincial communities, that's all New Zealanders. We want competitive flying opportunities. If Jetstar can come into the market and provide those opportunities, fantastic, but they need to be viable and stable, because I don't think New Zealanders are terribly impressed with a variety of airlines swooping in and then falling over.
Cherry
we don't
picking.
really want that.
No, and actually you make a very, very good point there, because it isn't good for the regions if something comes in, disturbs the marketplace and then just buggers off again, is it?
Exactly. There were enough challenges, as we've heard you express, around provincial New Zealand, and all I'm advocating, frankly, is a solid, stable, competitive service that not only allows residents of provincial New Zealand to fly out, but it's around the rest of New Zealanders flying in and enjoying what we have available.
Very sensible commentary, Brendan. Thank you very much for joining us. Brendan Duffy, Vice President of Local Government New Zealand. Incidentally, you may not be completely up to spec with this, but Jetstar has launched a social media campaign asking customers which regions they most want serviced with the airline. It's sort of like being on the board of Jetstar, really, isn't it? Only you just have to log on. They've also announced that there'll be a 2-month roadshow where they'll go around the country and ask people whether they think their destination is a good place to land a Jetstar plane. I wonder if we could somehow tag that to the flag debate and maybe they could run that at the same time. It's 16 minutes past 7. Tony Field, our business editor, joins me now.
Hello, Paul.
Tony, I'm clearly sceptical about this.
Yes.
I would love to think that Air New Zealand had a great, viable competitor domestically in this country and that they could both be profitable, but I do not want to subsidise a competitor to Air New Zealand.
And yes, it's interesting. I think the timing of the announcement yesterday and naming 7 potential destinations, well, now there's going to effectively be a bidding war. They're going to play one off against the other. They're going to get the public involved. You can imagine those council-owned airports, they're going to be hearing from their local communities.
Yeah.
So in some ways, very clever by Jetstar.
You can imagine Joyce going public and saying, oh, we so wanted to go to Palmerston North. We were desperate, but they just couldn't quite make it happen. It's their fault, not ours.
And it's interesting too, people will be thinking, wait a minute, how viable is this? Because we've had Air New Zealand pulling out of some routes. Now, Jetstar is not talking about going into any places that Air New Zealand has pulled out of. It is looking at cherry picking the most profitable of those regional routes. Now, about 25% of all of Air New Zealand's profits are believed to come from regional destinations. They're going to cherry pick the ones, obviously, that they think the fattest profits are there, and they're going to go after those ones.
Okay, this is the tough question. History probably answers this for me, but I'll get you to. Is there room in the New Zealand market, given how many airports we have, given how small the population is, for two viable air carriers domestically?
I think when the second one has a parent company like Qantas, there's economies of scale. I think actually, maybe I'm just being optimistic because it's Friday. I think it actually is viable, particularly with the turnaround in Qantas going from, a year ago making all those big losses, suddenly $1 billion profit. I think, if it was an independent player, I'd be really sceptical. But I think when you've got somebody with the might of Qantas behind them, I think that changes it. The question is, which are the destinations? I talked to one analyst yesterday who said he reckons Nelson, Napier, New Plymouth could be the three viable routes.
Okay, as you say, all serviced by Air New Zealand currently. Okay, thank you very much, Tony. Tony Field there, our business editor. So